We are now less than 1 week away from the 2024 solar eclipse. And one of the ways that you may want to prepare is know how this will affect your animals. And I'm going to be covering everything from dogs to cows. Let's get started. Dogs and cats are the first on the list. And today I have here with me Rocky. We don't currently keep any cats indoor or outdoors, but Rocky here is going to sit in for both of them. Indoor dogs and cats are unlikely to really be affected at all by the eclipse. They may be a little bit confused about why it got dark outside, but other than that, there really shouldn't be any effect on their behavior. Outside dogs and cats may be a little bit more affected because they'll be confused about whether it's nighttime or daytime. And the ways that you can help with that is you can stay calm around your animals, and you can also give them a treat or a toy to play with to distract them while this is going on. You can also put them inside during the time, but that's not really necessary. It's best to just stick to their routine as much as possible, and after the eclipse, they'll probably forget about it in like 5 minutes anyway. Next up on the list is chickens, and this is one of 3 of our roosters that we keep here. Chickens are likely to think that it is nighttime and are likely, as far as I've read, to go home and roost. So you may want to leave them access to their chicken coop if you don't already. Our chicken's free range, but have access to the coop all day. And I'm going to leave it that way for them during the eclipse, and hopefully they'll just go in and roost. This is also a good thing because you may want to keep an eye out for predators, as predators will also think it is nighttime and that was loud. Predators may also think it is nighttime and start hunting. So it would be ideal for your chickens to go head to their home, but it's not necessary if they don't go to your home. I'm not going to worry about it. You shouldn't worry about it. It should not affect their laying in any way. It's a very small amount of time. It's going to be under 5 minutes of total darkness. So this shouldn't affect their laying at all. There's plenty of light in the day for them to produce eggs at this point. So same thing. They may get a little bit confused, but after the eclipse, they'll be fine. Now we're going to talk about ducks. Now right now we're only keeping a few ducks, and they're living in this dog kennel temporarily since our dairy cow Marigold had her baby to limit stress over there. We have a pond over there, and usually that's where the ducks live and stay. So they have the whole cow pasture to themselves and the cows. I'm actually glad they're probably going to be in this dog kennel still during the eclipse. It's a more controlled environment. It's safe from predators in our backyard because our dogs are back here, like I talked about with the predators before with the chickens. It should not affect their laying, but ducks don't sleep a lot at night, as far as I understand. At least our ducks don't. So your ducks may not sleep during the eclipse. They may not nest or anything. They may still be active, swimming if they have access to swimming. So pretty much any behavior normal to ducks. You don't need to really worry about their eyes, I don't think, during the eclipse. I don't really ever see ducks look up at the sun, and I don't think it getting dark is going to change that. And before we head to our last thing, I just wanted to talk about the quail. Now, I couldn't find a lot of information about how domesticated quail will act during the eclipse, but my prediction is that they're not going to act much different than chickens. They're probably it's going to feel like nighttime to them. They're going to do their normal nighttime routine, and then they're going to get up after the eclipse and wonder why it was such a short night. Cows, just like most of the animals that we've talked about today, are most likely going to think it's nighttime, and they're going to return to their barn or lay in the field wherever they normally sleep and do their normal evening routines before they go to bed, because as we know, it's going to slowly get dark and then slowly get light again. So most animals are just going to think it's a short night. They're going to be wondering why. They may be confused, but that's really the worst case scenario, is that they're confused. And most animals aren't, if you notice, they don't really look up at the sun. Animals are smart. They know not to look directly at the sun. And just because it's getting dark doesn't mean they're going to all of a sudden look at the sun like, oh, what's going on with the sun? You shouldn't need to protect any of your animals' eyes. And personally, I'd recommend leaving them outside if that's what they're used to. And if they're used to staying inside, I'd leave them inside. Like I said before, you can give your dogs and cats a treat or a toy to help them stay distracted and not confused. But as far as farm animals go, chickens, ducks, cows, quail, really just stick to the normal routine, feed them at the same time, and with our dairy cow, we're going to milk her at the same time that we always do. And we're going to feed all of our cows when we normally do, feed all of our birds when we normally do, feed our dogs when we normally do, and stick to all their normal routines. And hopefully there's not too much confusion for them, and they'll be able to get through this eclipse smoothly. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment telling me what animals you keep and what you're doing to prepare for the 2024 eclipse.